Well, you have all this talk recently about reparations, and of course, you had the California Democrats utterly rejecting reparations. So as I said, I guess there is no 40 acres in a mule. But let's take a little dive into the genesis of this whole reparations thing, and then you'll understand who really started and was interested in actually giving reparations to blacks. Well, it all started in a sort of a way to support the war effort during the Civil War. So in order to get blacks to fight on the side of the Union, the General William Tecumseh Sherman, General of the United States Army, decided that it was pretty wise to woo blacks into fighting on the side of the Union. So what did he do? He created Order Number 15, which was a sort of incentive to get blacks to fight. And what was Order Number 15? That was 40 acres in a mule. So as I said, they started the distribution to about 40,000 freedmen out of the millions that was supposedly free. So now you understand the whole genesis of the 40 acres and a mule. But as usual, you betchers don't study your history. So it all started in a sort of a way as a sort of ruse to try to get blacks to fight on the side of the Union effort. So they decided to try to give them some sort of reward. But the people who actually wanted to give rewards to blacks were actually two radical Republican abolitionists by the name of Charles Sumner and Thaddeus Stevens. So the whole genesis of reparations was propagated by Republicans. But these Democrats nowadays days would have you believe that it was oh so much their idea. So this thing started over 150 years ago by radical Republicans. Then you need to ask yourself, who from 1930s to the 1990s, who maintained political power? Who had political power in office? I'll tell you, Democrats. Who controlled the House and Senate from 1930s to the 1990s? Mainly Democrats. It was only about 4 times that Republicans actually controlled. So ask yourself this question. If they cared so much about reparations and uplifting the black community, then when they had all this political power from the 30s to the 90s, why didn't they do it? And you see them talking about Jim Crow, Jim Crow. Do you even know who instituted Jim Crow? Do you even know, after the abolition of slavery, who wanted to continue slavery and who utterly treated blacks in the most horrible way after they were supposed to be free? Take a wild guess. It was white Southern Democrats. But again, as I always say, you betchers don't take the time to learn your history. That is why people who don't know their history are doomed, are condemned to repeat it. And that is why you allow yourselves today to be utterly bamboozled. But now they come along again like wolves in sheep clothing and intermingle with sheep so they can devour them. But people who don't know their goddamn history will always be fooled. Keep in mind, my friends, they're the ones who are adamant about keeping slavery going. The reason this country went to war with itself is because Democrats wanted to continue slavery. Now, these wolves in sheep clothing are pretending that, oh boy, that they love black folks so much and they're the champions of anti-slavery and social justice. Who are you trying to kid? Of course you're going to fool those who are easily fooled and easily duped. But take some time. Educate yourself. Learn the history of your country. And then, and only then, you'll be rightly guided.